Okay, I guess I was having too much fun in the calc class, and so I forgot to teach you P2, section P2. Most of it is a review, so I'm going to go ahead and record this, and for those guys who need it, you can review it and see if you can understand the stuff that'll help you out for your homework, okay? So the first thing I want to do is review the forms, the different forms of equations of a line, okay? And they are written up there, as you can see. So the very first one's called the slope-intercept form. Second one's called the point-slope form. Third one's the standard, and the fourth one is general. So just let me make some observations about this. Let's see, let me get this out of there. So people often confuse this last two, and it's fairly easy to remember what they are, okay? The one that is standard has a constant on the right hand side, okay? Has a constant on the right hand side, okay? The one that is general, that's this one here, has a 0 on the right hand side instead of a number, okay? So that's the difference between the standard and the general. So to give you some examples, okay, of the various forms, okay, this one here would be something like y equals 2x minus 3. That'd be your slope-intercept form. The point-slope form would be something that looks like this. Y minus 2 is equal to 3x minus 1. And the reason why this is called a point-slope form is that you can see from here that this line goes through the point 1, 2, the opposite of this, and the opposite of that, which is what you can see there and there. And you can see that its slope, or m, remember m is a variable that's used in mathematics very often for a slope, and you can look at the equation and tell me right away that the slope is 3. That's why it's called a point-slope form. Okay? A standard form would look something like this. 2x minus 3y is equal to 5. That's a standard form. Okay, that's standard. And for general, if you take the same equation and you rewrite it as x minus 3y minus 5 equals 0, then that's the general form. Okay? So those are the 4 different forms of equations of a straight line that you need to know. The next concept is about parallel and perpendicular lines, and again, this is a review. So let's take a look at this example. It tells you find equations of all forms, in other words, all 4 forms, for lines that are parallel, parallel, and perpendicular to this line going through this point. Okay? So let's do part A first, okay? Let's do parallel first. So part A, to do parallel, I need to snip this. Okay, so part A, parallel. So I know from this equation that's given to me that the slope of that line is going to be equal to 2 over 3. Hey, what's up? Hang on a minute. All right, so there's a slight interruption. Let's resume. Okay, so make sure that you understand how I get the slope as 2 over 3. Really, let me just show you the steps in here, okay? What I do is I rewrite this so it becomes 3y is equal to 2x minus 5. And if I divide by 3, I get 2/3 x minus 5 over 3. So here is an equation of a line. And remember, this is going to be slope-intercept form. And this equation that's originally given to us was the standard form. Okay? But what I want is I want an equation of a line that's parallel to this line and it goes through this point. Now when you're given a point, the best form to start out with is the point-slope form. So what you're going to do is you're going to go y minus -1, which comes from this guy here, is equal to the slope of the line, which is going to be the same as my original line, which is 2/3 times x minus whatever that x value is. So this is equal to y plus 1 is equal to 2/3 x minus 2. Okay, and so this is the slope-intercept of the form of the line that is parallel to the given line, and it goes through the given point. Okay, but remember the question is asking you all forms, so there are 4 forms, which means that you need to massage this to put it into the other different forms. Okay, so if I take a look at how I put it into slope-intercept, I need to move this 1 over. So it becomes y is equal to 2/3 x minus 4 over 3 by taking this and timesing it with that, minus 1, which comes from here. And this is still not in slope-intercept form, so I get y is equal to 2/3 x, and I need to do a little bit of my fractions there, and I get minus 7 over 3. So this is slope-intercept. All right? And now to put it, let's say if I want to put